This is an unscripted video. I don't know if I'm gonna put this on my main channel or on like a side channel. But I think this is the first time I've ever tried to do like a full-on unscripted ramble, which is fun and weird. But I watched this guy, Jack Crawford, do a puzzle game tier list, and his takes made me so mad. Oh, is it not gonna load? Oh, whatever. It's a lot of stuff I disagree with, so I was like, fuck it, I'll make my own tier list with blackjack and hookers, and see how that turns out. There's a lot of stuff that he ranked in his, a lot of stuff he didn't rank in his, but I think in general, pretty weird little collection of games, very fun. We're going in alphabetical order. We got all sorts of puzzle games here. I'm a very big puzzle game nerd. I love puzzle games. I love games that make me stop and mostly because I'm awful at reaction time. Um, so most games where you have to shoot things very fast or like uh, run around or do a really specific button combination at a very specific time, I'm awful at. I'm awful at them because my brain is very slow. So I like puzzle games because I can just stop and think about what the heck to do. And I've played a lot of them, so I'm gonna rank a lot of the ones I've played. I think this is a generally very large collection of the ones that I've played. I think this is basically every. I'm probably forgetting a lot, but these are all the ones that I remembered by just looking through my Steam library, and also this fucker's here. It's still not loaded. What the hell? Uh, so let's start. This is in alphabetical order. So we're going to be starting with Zero Player, which is a Google image base. It's not a Google. It's just an image. It's basically just a PNG. It's just a JPEG, but it is a puzzle game that you can solve, and you can like 100% if you know what you're doing. And I think I'm going to put this in A tier. It's hard to kind of talk about Zero Player very much because it's a rule discovery game, and it's the sort of thing that can only work as like a solid static image. But I think it is also very jank due to that. I think it is also very weird to move around and like take notes and stuff, and it's a lot weirder and more difficult, and you kind of don't fully know what you're doing. Which it makes it more satisfying when you do realize what's going on. You know, it makes the aha moment click a lot harder. But I think it is generally like, I don't know. I think it feels weird to like control and make happen, especially because like you can do it, some of it like in your head, and you're like, oh, do I like write this down? I don't know. It's it's fun though. It's very good. It's very creative. There are many like just pen and paper puzzle games that are out there. I think this is the only one I have. I almost did the weird word weird, not crosswords. Fuck, the word searches. The weird word searches one that was almost on here, but I don't know. That one's also very good. But I figure this is just a good representation of the pen and paper subgenre. And it's great. Highly recommend if you haven't like dived deep into that sort of thing, but it is definitely the sort of it's cryptic in a way that might not be for everyone. Next up, we have 14 Minesweeper variants. I love Minesweeper. I'm obsessed with Minesweeper. I play Minesweeper so often. There is a Minesweeper game on here that it's going to get S tier, and I have like hundreds of hours in. And this one is just kind of fine. This is a B tier, I'd say. Some of the variants are really good and creative, and some of them are kind of bullshit and annoying. So it's a mixed bag. But I think in general, very good. A lot of fun ideas in here. And I do like that it is, you never have to guess, and it like generates randomly stuff that you don't have to guess, which I think is very impressive coding. And like it knows like the logic on each puzzle, like being able to randomly generate logic is extremely fucking cool. But again, some of the like mechanics here just aren't that fun for me. I guess that's the thing when you have 14 Minesweeper variants. There's also a sequel which I think is less consistent as the first one. So I really just only put the first one on here, but I guess you can say that this is both of them. But both have some fun ideas, and I could definitely see somebody having a lot of like time spent in this because it just keeps generating fun puzzles for you. Next we have 20 Small Mazes. This is cute. I'm gonna put it above 14 Minesweeper Variants. There's not much to it, but it's adorable. It's just a cute little thing. Just some very creative, fun uses of the maze concept. And some puzzle ideas that have stuck in my head for a very long time. But yeah, it's a free game. It's small, it's tiny. It's just you can beat it in like a couple hours, but it's a lot of fun ideas within those couple hours. AAAXY. This is a nicely puzzled classic. I'm gonna put this in like low B tier, I'd say. Like maybe high C tier, because like I remember enjoying my time with this game. I like the exploration a lot. I like the Antichamber-esque, non-Euclidean like geometry, but in like a 2D space. And I don't know. I like exploration games in general. But I straight up don't remember any of the puzzles from this, like because I haven't played it. But I only played like a couple of years ago, and like most of it's just kind of disappeared from my memory, and that's probably just because my memory is awful. Um, I remember really enjoying it at the time, but the fact that like so little of it has like stuck around in my brain, I'd say probably C tier. I could be convinced low B tier as well. It's kind of on the line, but Animal Well, I would say I'm gonna put it at a high A tier. I think the exploration Metroidvania whatever thing is done better in some other games on this list, but it is really, really good. The exploration is fun, the art style is fucking incredible and gorgeous, the music is so cool, the post game is really fun, even if it is a bit bullshit at times. I would say but like in the subcategory of like platformer games that become La Mulana halfway through, I'd say that there are better options, which we will get to later. But Animal Well is still very good. I'd say it's cute, it's fun, it's weird, it's got a lot of creative ideas, and I would say it is worth the purchase. It's worth the playthrough. It's very like it's well crafted. Antichamber, I would also give like a high A tier. I think I'd put it below Animal Well. Because I'm like the like block gun puzzles are very hit or miss. Some of them are very cool, and some of them are just like some of them are very slow and repetitive. And are very like you just gotta like input something the right way, and it's just you miss your aim by a little bit and you're fucked. Like it's very much difficult for people with shaky hands like me to do some of these puzzles. But the non-Euclidean stuff, kind of like revolutionary for its time. It's the go-to game whenever people talk about like that sort of geometry. Like I mean, I just mentioned it with AAAXY. And there are a lot of. It's very important for the era, but it's kind of hit or miss like puzzle-wise. But yeah, the exploration, again, is similar to Animal Well, also very fun. Artisan Of Glimmith, this one basically just came out, but I've already like beaten it, and it's very good, I would say. I give it a high B. I think it's on the line between B and A. I think there are a lot of fun puzzle ideas. We're going to get to this developer's other games. This is, I'd say, their first very good game. There's another game we'll talk about later, Islands of Insight, that they developed, and this is basically just the best puzzles of Islands of Insight put into a game that's actually playable. But yeah, I'd say high B, low A. The thing about Artisan Of Glimmith, like the ideas put across in it are very, very fun, very creative. I don't really know how to describe like what I'm trying to say. But there are a lot of just cool mechanics in here. There's a lot of good, fun logic to just figure out. But I'd say there are a couple flaws with it. A, that it is still it's still kind of like Islands of Insight, kind of difficult to run. It's still like I have a pretty okay computer, and it still like slows down my like if I'm watching a YouTube video in a second tab, it still slows it down. Another flaw with it, the hint system kind of sucks. It's just an endless you can solve all the puzzles in this without actually solving any of the puzzles by just spamming the hint button. And I'm not gonna say I didn't use it as a crutch in some of the harder puzzles. And I kind of wish it was done better. So I would feel a lot more satisfied with a lot of the puzzles if it didn't like if it wasn't like, hey, if you want to just cheat past all of these, you can do it. We don't care. Um, it's like, yeah, I want to solve these puzzles normally. And I generally did for most of it, but it is like the sort of thing where, like, depending on the player, it's very, very easy to abuse. And I did abuse it a couple times for some of the puzzles I had tough times with, but it's still a lot of cool mechanics there. Art of Reflection, this is another newish one. I'd say, like, low C tier. I don't know. Honestly, it might be D tier. It's just, it's very jank. The platforming, not very fun. I think it's, I'd say there's more fun ideas here than, like, some of the other, like, it's very much a puzzle game for, like, clips. Like, there are a few other games on this list, like, you can very much tell that these are barely puzzle games. Like, you barely have to think, and you do have to think for the Art of Reflection, I will say, but it's mostly just because of the core mechanic looks very aesthetically cool. And the core mechanic of the Art of Reflection does look very aesthetically cool. And there are a few fun... I'm going to put it in D tier, I'm sorry. But, like, I don't know. The platforming, it just isn't for me. I'd say there's too much, like, reaction time. There's too much just... The exploration and open world is kind of fun, the, like, Metroid... you know, fuck it, I'll put it in C. I'll put it in C. I'm sorry. I forgot, like, the exploration is really fun. There's a good open world. There's, like, Metroidvania aspects that are very enjoyable. But it's I don't know, it's mostly just, yeah. Baba is you fucking stone cold classic, but I will say it's, like, a high B. Low A. We're putting in a low A. I'd say it's too revolutionary to not be in low A. I'd say it's too, like, it's too important in the history of puzzle games, and, like, too, like, interesting and creative mechanically to not be in A tier. Even if a lot of the later puzzles are bullshit, even if it's kind of bloated. I love Hempuli as a designer, as we're going to get to later, because there are a couple other Hempuli games on here. I think he has very fun and creative ideas. And Baba Is You is filled to the brim with those. There's so many cool aha moments, cool just like, oh my god, you can do that. And I think it's the first, like, true meta puzzle game that a lot of people really played and enjoyed. And it's fun. I don't know what else to say. I will say there are too many puzzles. A lot of the end game stuff just it's fucking so overwhelming, and it just like. Yeah, like, some of the mechanics interact very, very well, and some of them do not. But again, it's a fun time. I'd say I'd probably put it over Zero Player. Because, yeah, it's so creative and cool. And again, like, I think this was the first meta puzzle game I ever played. This is the first time. And now, like, every other fucking Sokoban game, like, has meta puzzles. And I'm not against that. There are going to be a few other ones that I really, really enjoy. But, like, every other fucking Sokoban game now has, like, a big overarching puzzle with the world hub or whatever. And, like, it's not Bubba's fault. And I think, yeah, we have to give it props for being that, like, important and revolutionary. Beat and Nothingness. I have very complex feelings about this game. For reasons that, if you know the Becky lore, I'm not gonna get too. I'm probably gonna get more into that with the Electrifying Incident, a game I haven't even played. I put on here just so I could talk about that. But Beat and Nothingness, cool ideas. I'm gonna put in, like, mid B tier. Yeah, there are some fun ideas here. I think the usage of the monsters can be kind of just unsatisfying to work with and very, like, kind of just annoying. I feel like it could very easily be simplified, but also, like, a few puzzles, like, you just can't, like, not do it. But I take very creative ideas with those, the monsters. And I enjoyed, but I don't think I ever finished it, but I did enjoy what I did play of it. And yeah, Blueprints, D tier, probably first D tier. I really wish I could put Blueprints higher, but I cannot. Because the roguelike mechanics objectively just go against the puzzle mechanics here. Like, I'm sorry, it's true. They're like, I can't put it in F tier because like there are some really fucking cool ideas in blueprints. There are a lot of very fun puzzles, but like the experience, especially in the late game, of like knowing what to do, like knowing the puzzle you have to solve, you just need a specific combination of rooms in order to get to it, is miserable. And that's basically the entirety of like the back half and the end game and like the post game, is just like rolling the dice in order to see if you can actually solve the puzzle this run, and it's miserable. It's not fun. Like it gives you enough options to where you're like at the beginning it's like fine, like getting to room, I think 48 is, I think it's room 48, is fine enough. It's fun, it's whatever. I think like the ways you can get to that are so open-ended that like even with the roguelike mechanics, like no matter what you draw, you will still be able to like feel like you're making progress no matter what. But I think, yeah, later in the game it just becomes a fucking chore, and like just seeing what exactly you can get away with. And I kind of just gave up like in a little bit into the post game because like I'm sure I know there's a lot more to it, but like I just wasn't having any fun with it. It's a game that I think if you enjoy puzzle games, you're not going to have fun with this. It is a puzzle game for people who don't like puzzle games. I'd say that is the the main takeaway I get from it, because it's just like so the roguelike mechanics just go against everything that I think makes puzzle games great, which is that like aha moment, and like it just delays that endlessly. It's not fun. It's not fun. Bombe. I'd say I'd put this in like middle of B tier, probably above Bean and Nothingness. Um, this is like a programming game, but like you program a Minesweeper robot. And it's kind of difficult to figure out like at the start, because it doesn't really explain much to you, and its user interface is very janky and kind of awful. But when you do figure out like what it wants from you, it's extremely addictive. Just seeing it like solve these puzzles and like making progress and like unlocking new things is extremely fun and enjoyable, and like trying to, what's the word, like just perfect the programming language to where you only have like a few, like a few little things put into the screen, and like that's enough to solve like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of puzzles. Is really fucking cool and fun, and very, very satisfying. But I think it is just jank enough to where I can barely like recommend it to really anybody outside of like Minesweeper and puzzle game fanatics, because it's just like so weird and cryptic. But like when you click with it, it is a blast, and it is really fun to just simplify these very complex ideas into like, I don't know. It's a cool little experiment. Very fun idea for a game, but like it's still just so it's kind of difficult to really recommend to anyone. Bonfire Peaks, I'm gonna put this in like, I played like a few hours of this when it came out, and that was like years ago. I barely remember any of it. I'm gonna put it in like low D tier. I'm sure if I replayed it, I'd be able to put it higher, but like I'd straight up barely remember any of this game. I don't remember like what made it fun. I know it's like this guy made a couple other. I think he made Pipe Push Paradise, which is also on here, and I remember that game a little bit more. But I straight up don't fucking remember like what the point of what the goal of Bonfire Peaks was. Again, I have an awful memory, so I'm sure if I replayed this and like jogged it, it would be very, very fun. So yell at me in the comments for that. But I don't know, just kind of forgettable. Braid, I'm not gonna put it in F tier. I want to though, because I make fun of Braid constantly. I'm gonna put it in like probably like C tier, like middle of C tier, probably high C tier. I'd say like that's my objective take on it. I just like making fun of Braid and John Blow. Mostly just because I don't know. I find its puzzle design really repetitive and kind of just monotonous. Like I don't really enjoy the ideas that it puts together and it puts to the table. It's so fucking pretentious. Like it's so lame. The text logs are just the worst. It's I know it's optional, but it's like miserable to just like run through these paragraphs upon paragraphs of text that I don't care about. I'm here for the puzzles, and the puzzles aren't that great to begin with. They're fine. There's some really cool ideas in here. I'd say honestly the stars are more fun than the actual like puzzle pieces themselves. But honestly, I like the guy that this is inspired by Jack Crawford. Fucking, like, he says this changed puzzle games forever. And I'm gonna be real, I think Fez is probably the more revolutionary puzzle game from this time period. Braid, I mean, I don't know. Braid is fine. I'd say, yeah, The Witness also is probably way more revolutionary than Braid is. Because there's barely any fucking rule discovery in Braid, honestly. I mean, I guess it doesn't explain too much to you, but I'd say, like, it's not a very traditional rule discovery game, and I can't think of very many games like Braid, but I can think of a lot of games like Fez and The Witness. So, like, I don't really get that point at all. But yeah, it was one of the first ones. I mean, I guess Fez is because of Braid, so I guess you could call it, put it in the domino effect. But John Blow is such a fucking, like, Schadenfreude-esque figure for me. He is my morally okay to make fun of lolcow, because he's a fucking insane person. One of my favorite clips of all time is him, like, having, like, a fucking DSP style rage quit after losing, like, two seconds of progress in Animal Well. I want to, like, John Blow, fascinating figure. Just the worst guy. Seems miserable to be around. Very, let's say not woke. Probably doesn't really respect me as a human being due to the whole tranny thing. But I don't like Braid very much. I do quite like. We'll get to The Witness way later because this is in alphabetical order. But I love The Witness. And I'm excited for his next game, Order the Sinking Star. But like Braid not good. John Blow also not very good. Can of Wormholes pretty fun. I'd say I'd put it like under Bombe. It's just like it's like a fun little meta mild Metroidvania Sokoban game with some cool like just cool 3D elements. But similar to AAAXY and Being in Nothingness, it doesn't really stick in my mind as much as some other games in the subgenre. Chants of Senaar, I'm not really into the language. I don't even think I have Heaven's Gate on here. But I'm not really into the whole language discovery thing. I think I kind of just found this game boring. I'm gonna put it in low C tier. I don't think it like actively angered me enough to put it this low. I guess Bonfire Peaks I also didn't really anger me very much, but I just straight up don't remember anything about it. But yeah, Chants of Senaar, fine, kind of boring, cool ideas, but like the language deduction thing, I'm not really into. I'm not into conlangs. We'll get to it with Tunic. I don't even think I solved the conlang in Tunic. Chip Challenge, very old Sokoban game. I'd say put Bonfire Peaks. Fuck it. I'll just Chip Challenge. I'm gonna put above Blueprints. I mostly because I'm giving it excuses because it's old as hell. So it's like one of the first like big I'd say like American Sokoban games, and like it's shanky as hell. Because it's so ancient, but like there's some fun ideas here. It's charming, very charming. But like it's just kind of repetitive. But you know, it's very influential and important. But yeah, still D tier, Chroma Zero, very fun. I'd say I'd put this in like low A tier. Very fun rule discovery in this. Like the feeling of like making progress in this is extremely enjoyable. It felt like the world was like expanding over time, and like the exploration was very fun and cool, and like figuring out how everything connected was fun. I'm gonna put this above Zero player, I'd say. Not above Baba Is You, but I'd say above Zero player. But yeah, Chroma Zero, a very fun little game. I don't really know how to explain much of it because it's a rule discovery game, so I can't really go too in depth. But like the rotation mechanics are very fun. The little secrets you can find by just exploring and like figuring stuff out. It's an entertaining little time. I enjoy this. It's a good little time waster. You can beat in like a few hours. Good game. Very fun. Cipher Zero is a rule discovery game I straight up don't really like. I'd probably put it above Blueprints. Blueprints I might straight up put an F tier, because like it's the fact that it is nearly a great game if it wasn't fucking ruined by, I'm gonna put it an F tier, fuck it, why not? It pisses me off. The fact that it could be an S tier if it was done well, but it wasn't, I'd say makes me want to put it in F tier. Um, the disappointment factor is massive. But Cipher Zero is a rule discovery game that, I don't know, it doesn't really make the rule discovery all that fun. All of the rules are very, very obvious. It's just a witness-like, but the witness rules just aren't as interesting or as in-depth or as like mechanically explored as much. So, just meh. Yeah, Cocoon also just kind of very easy, just very cozy little puzzle game. I'd say very much a puzzle game for people who don't like puzzle games. If you don't know what Sokoban is, you're probably gonna fucking love Cocoon. But like, I don't know. It's very forgettable. Just Corrypt. This one's fun. I'm probably gonna give it like a high B. I don't think I ever actually finished it, but nah, I'm gonna give it like a low A. There's some very, very fun ideas here. The meta stuff and the way it like kind of deconstructs itself is a extremely enjoyable and fun like mechanic for a Sokoban like. And it is kind of very important because it was like super fucking early in the history of Sokobans. Early it's like indie Sokobans. And it kind of pioneered a lot of mechanics that would later be expanded upon in some of the later like meta Sokoban games we'll be talking about. But Crypt, very fun, very cool. A lot of charming ideas here. It's just, I'd say due to the fact that it is so early, like you can get soft locked so fucking easily in this, and it's kind of annoying. But generally, very enjoyable little game. A good way to like spend an afternoon. Cosmic Express, I'd put it like low C tier. I'd say like, yeah, probably above Chants of Senaar. Kind of just repetitive. Like just drag the thing over to the thing over and over and over again. There's not too much, I'd say, like elaboration on the mechanic. It's just yeah, it's just trains, bitch. Just trains. Ctrl Alt Ego, first S tier, easy. This is a game that's both a like puzzle game and like an immersive sim first person shooter. And the way that it like the open-ended nature of all the puzzles in this are so fun to just figure out and like have fun with. There's so many interesting mechanical reactions with the like various things you can do, and you can make your little robot guy do. It's so fucking creative and like endlessly replayable. There's so much room for like challenge runs and like interesting mechanical discoveries. The fact that like you can like fly infinitely by just like grabbing like jumping onto something and grabbing it is such a blast. I'd say it's like it's not a traditional puzzle game due to the immersive sim influence, but I think that's why I love it so much, because it like having a thought process, allowing your thought process to be expanded upon by way of like interesting mechanical like reactions is really entertaining. And it feels like there's just endless ways to do what you want to do, and every single way makes you feel like a fucking genius. It's so perfectly designed and constructed. Like it's a perfect little sandbox of a game that just feels like it feels like you're breaking it apart, even though it's all entirely intentional, and I think that's wonderful. DEG, this game isn't out yet. I'm basing this off of the demo, which I still have like 10 hours in. And I think because of the fact that it's not finished yet, I can't put it in S tier, because like maybe it'll be finished and it fucking sucks. But the demo alone is fucking incredible. I'm gonna put it in high A tier. I'd say very, very. If the full thing is the quality of the demo, it is very easily going in my S tier. The fact that the demo has as much exploration and as many cool ideas as it does, and as many like satisfying logic discoveries, it feels like a fucking like Minesweeper Metroidvania, and like I've had that idea bouncing around in my brain for years, and it's very fun to see somebody like actually execute on it. It's great. It's so wonderful. If you have not played the demo for this game, I would highly, highly recommend it, because it is just such a blast from front to back, and it feels like it just keeps going, and like it's it's absurd how much is just stuffed into this demo, despite the fact that, like, yeah, the full game isn't out yet, and judging by, like, the Steam image, there's so many more mechanics that I zero clue how they work, and I'm really excited to see how they react with the mechanics that we already have in here, all of which are very fun and interesting to figure out, and, like, have a lot of interesting logic behind them. And I think that this is an upcoming, like, puzzle game classic in the making, I'd say. I'm really, really excited for this. Elechead, this is just fun. It's a cute little puzzle platformer, a lot of fun ideas, I'd say, to put in, like, low B tier. Just cool to explore. Fun little mechanical discovery. It's not too much to say about this. Electrifying Incident. I haven't played this game. I really just put it here because it's... I have deep lore with this game. It's the continuation of a Monsters Expedition, which is probably gonna score pretty goddamn high up on here. Made by Dracneck. I hear it's just kind of like a small little spin-off thing, and it probably is, like, very short and simple, and probably should not be a full-price game. Anyways, I'm putting it on here because, like, if you know the Becky lore, you would know my relationship with the person who used to compose for this game. And I find it very, very funny that so many people know this game because she got kicked off. She got kicked off of this fucking game for being a PR nightmare. I don't know. I shouldn't go too in depth into this, honestly. I might just cut this bit out. But, oh man, insane story. Also, fuck Aliens Rock, by the way, for asking his editors to put the Groomer's music back in. Like, put effort into editing in this Groomer's music who got removed because she's a fucking insane person. I haven't played. I'm gonna put Electrifying Incident in F tier because, I mean, it doesn't look very good, and also that whole situation is absurd. I mean, I guess he removed her from the soundtrack. But fucking crazy, dude. Insane. English Country Tune. I never got too deep into this one. I love Ink Repair and his game design. I've played a lot more of his other big puzzle game, Steven Sausage Roll, which is, like, a fucking iconic and super important. But I think this one came first. And it has a lot of the ideas of Steven Sausage Roll, but just kind of less refined and more bloated, and kind of just, like, a lot of ideas here just don't feel fully explored. I didn't get too deep into it though, so I don't know. I'm gonna put it like Heidi, I'd say. Fez, I want to put it in S tier because it is so fucking important, but objectively, like, the base game isn't that fun. The post game is excellent. The post game is wonderful. Figuring out, like, it's the first conlang in a video game. It's the first, like, the feeling of solving the weird post game puzzles is such a blast. And they're so weird and fun and cryptic. And so many other games, like Animal Well, so much to, like, has so much in common with Fez. Fucking, like, so many games in this list are, like, have Fez embedded in their DNA. But I'd say the base game of Fez isn't as fun as, like, an Animal Well or a Tunic, which we'll talk about later. So I'd say I think I'm gonna put it, like, Fez is kind of the opposite of Baba Is You, because Baba Is You has a great main game and a kind of miserable post game, and Fez has a kind of boring main game and a fucking a wonderful post game. So I'm just gonna put them behind next to each other. I'd say some of the ideas in the post game of Baba Is You are so cool that I have to put it higher. But Glittermitten Grove, yeah, easy S tier. I'm not gonna go too deep into the lore of this one. It's more fun to discover for yourself. But if you've played this game, if you know what Frog Fractions is, you know why this is an S tier. The Golem, fine. I don't know. I'm gonna put it with Bonfire Peaks. It's another just kind of forgettable Sokoban game to me. There are some interesting ideas here. I didn't get too far into it. It just didn't really click with me. I'm just put all these, like, weird Sokoban games I just kind of forgot about in, like, Heidi. I'd say they're kind of on the line. I probably like I think English Country Tomb probably is my favorite out of all these. Good Snowman is hard to build. I would put it in like a low B tier. Probably probably above 14 Minesweeper Variants. I'd say like similar to Fez, main game, kind of boring, very cozy. But the post game is really creative and wonderful, and by far the most fun post. Actually, no, Monsters Expedition is probably a lot more interesting, but the weird meta like discovering the post game at all is very fun, and it feels like you have discovered something extremely wrong with the game, and I find that very enjoyable. It's kind of just another like fine Sokoban game, but I'd say like the creativity later on is enough to put it in a low B tier. Gorogoa is very pretty, but also very boring. I put in like under Braid. I don't have too much to say about it. I get why people love it. It's fucking gorgeous, but like none of its puzzles really stumped me. I beat it in like a couple hours. So like I don't fucking know. Just not too much there. Her story, I have weird feelings about Her Story and a lot of the other detective games on here. Like I'm not too huge on whenever we talk about Golden Idol. I'm not too huge on Golden Idol. I feel like the only one that clicked with me was Obra Dinn. And I guess Outer Wilds too. I guess that also counts. But Her Story, I'd say, is also it's better. It's better than most of them. I'd put it in like mid B tier, probably like above Can of Wormholes, because like the story itself is really entertaining. Not entertaining, but like interesting. It's a fun mystery to solve, and like the format is really cool. And like the way it plays with the form of what a video game is deeply interesting to me. It's neat. Her Trees, the puzzle house, cool ideas here, but yeah, not too much to it. I'll put it next to Gorogoa. I'd say they have a lot in common. I'd say there's more interesting puzzle ideas in Her Trees, but like it's just kind of I'd say the variety. It's all just like finding hidden letters in places, and it's just like it kind of gets repetitive after a while. Hero Spirit, very close to an S tier. This is a deep cut game. I'd say it's so cryptic and bullshit and La Mulana-esque that I can't put it in S tier without feeling a bit bad about it. I'm gonna put it above Animal Wild, because I think when I was playing, I was obsessed with this game early in the year. Once I discovered it, I felt like I had stumbled upon like a secret treasure, like a secret diamond in the rough that like nobody else had ever talked about. And I still do feel like that. It is a great game, but like most of it is kind of just walking around and exploring and like doing kind of normal just Zelda exploration, Metroidvania stuff, and the puzzle solving is mostly all extremely cryptic and very easily missable. But that's kind of why I find it so fun. It's why I find the puzzles so creative. It feels like a rabbit hole that just never ends. And like when it does kind of like come to a close, it feels like there's so much more that could be done with this setting. I don't know how to talk about Hero Spirit without spoiling why I find it so interesting and fun. But I'd say it's a really great game. And if you like are at all interested in games like Tunic, or or like Animal Well, like games that kind of like hide a really weird puzzly post game within a normal-ish exterior. Hero Spirit is one of my favorite examples of that I've discovered. And it's just so fun to explore. It feels like you are exploring this world, like you are actually lost in it. And I think that's why I find it so fun, because it wants to make you feel lost, and I love that feeling of just being lost in a game's world and just finding new things hidden behind like fake walls and like secret codes, and I don't know where the hell they go, and like having to like ask on the Discord for help, and like take notes. Like it's a like it's a really one of a kind gaming experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Hexcells Infinite, fine. I'd put it like high B tier. Hexcells in general, just a good little Minesweeper like. Some very cool and creative ideas. But it's just Minesweeper, and it's not like all that hard. I'd say comparing it to a lot of the other Minesweeper like just pure logic games. It's fun. There's some cool ideas here, but like I'd say some other ones do it a lot better. Hook. I'm just this is like, I beat this in like an hour. This is like a very simple, it feels like a Flash game. I think it was a Flash game actually. And there are a few like this that you could just beat it in an hour. Just like, oh well, okay. You buy it for $1. Puzzles that have an interesting enough mechanic, but they don't really expand on it, and you beat it in an hour. There are a few of these on this list. It's fine. Human Resource Machine, interesting little programming game. Cool aesthetic because it's by the World of Goo guys, but I don't know. I'm not really into programming games. I'm not really into the. We'll get to that when we get to some of those electronics works, but I'm not super into programming games. But the aesthetic is fun. I'm gonna put this like above AAAXY. But yeah, I don't really have many thoughts on it because like that and all the other fucking programming games are just so, they all kind of fit in the same ballpark for me. Hypnospace Outlaw, really really good. I'd say like as a puzzle game, probably not the best. Like in the detective zone, aesthetically, I kind of have to put it in S because it's just so cool, and it's like such an in-depth world, and it feels so accurate to the era. Like even if the puzzles aren't like that in-depth, there's some really really fun, especially in the, if you want to get the true ending, like there's some really fucking cool ideas in there, like just to find these like secret pages. It's a very fun form factor for a game. It's really charming and funny and weird and really enjoyable. I quite love. I like Hypnospace a lot. I want a lockpick. Very good, very fucking hard. Hard to the point where it's like I can't play this for longer than like an hour at a time because it really works out your brain. I guess that makes sense because it's kind of trying to be an I want to be the guy. Like that makes sense that it's like one of the hardest puzzle games that I've ever played. But like the logic in here is so fun. There's so many like cool. I'm probably gonna put it in like high A tier, like under DEG. It's also awful poster, by the way. There needs to be a better poster for this game. But yeah, very fun ideas. Some of the later puzzles are a fucking blast to figure out, especially like it's so satisfying to just get every single thing deduced. It's a wonderful deduction game, even if it is extremely difficult, and hurts your brain if you think about it too hard. The mechanics that it plays with are really fun and creative and interesting, and the ending is just so fucking weird. I don't know. It's charming. It's cute. It's got a lot of very cool ideas, and it bursts your brain open. It's a good time. Islands of Insight, awful. No. Islands of Insight, similar to Blueprints, had fucking really big potential. And that potential was basically realized with Artisan of Glimmith. Basically, the great puzzles in Islands of Insight are basically just reused for Artisan of Glimmith. Not fully, but like, similar idea. And, I don't know. Islands of Insight is just doing way too fucking much, and it's just exhausting. And it's just like, you stop caring about like the overworld because there's just so much to it. And like you just get overwhelmed and you just like you just skip to all the like side islands, and you stop caring about like leveling yourself up. I will say I have a lot of time in Islands of Insight because there's lots of really cool ideas in here, and it is kind of addictive in its own ways, but it's way too big, it's way too bloated and unwieldy. It is kind of, you feel constantly like you're missing out on puzzles because you just don't want to like just scroll through the overworld and like just do everything over and over and over again. You feel like if you want 100% complete like the first area of the game, you have to like walk around it like hundreds of times and like wait days, and it's just, I don't know, it's too much. It's too much. It's not fun. It's not fun. But there's some really really cool ideas here. I'm gonna put it next to Blueprints. Isles of Sea and Sky, very creative. The Metroidvania mechanics are cool, but it kind of just becomes like they become just too much to it, I feel. And I don't know. I don't know why I didn't fully click with the end game of Isles of Sea and Sky is not very fun to me. The secrets are very fun. I love the 100% completing every area because there's so many fun little like hidden areas and figuring out like what hints at where those hidden areas are really is really fun to do. But I don't know. I feel like it kind of has a Baba as you problem where the late game is just kind of like is doing too much. I feel. But yeah, cool ideas here. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Jelly is Sticky is unfinished. There's some fun ideas here, but like that's kind of going to always stain its reputation. By the same guys, Islands of Insight, by the way. So they love just making mediocre, like some of the worst puzzle games in the zone. Puzzle games that are very nearly good, but something just kind of always fucks them up. But yeah, Jelly is Sticky. I'd say it's better than Islands of Insight because at least like it's playable. It's not running on Unreal Engine 5 like Islands of Insight is, so it makes it it's horribly optimized and like runs at 3 frames a second. Jelly is Sticky at least runs. There is some very very fun cool ideas here, but like it's an unfinished video game. I don't know what to tell you. Jelly No Puzzle. A lot of people really love this one, and I don't really get it. It's fine. I'm gonna put it like low C tier. I didn't get too far in it. Maybe there's more creative uses of the base mechanics that I just missed, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's very repetitive for me, mostly because of the fucking controls, which are like miserable. I hate controlling this game so much. Like the left clicking the fucking jelly cube to move it left and right clicking to move it right is like the worst control scheme of all time. It straight up, it hurts my hands. And a lot of the puzzles just they aren't very satisfying to me. I don't really know why. Maybe if I give it more time, I would click with it, because a lot of people really love it. But there's something about the way this person designs puzzles that just doesn't really click with me. Clocky, just put it next to Hook. I think it's the same developer. It's just these just small little a Peg. I think is also by the same guy. We put these all here. RYB is not by the same guy, but it has a similar vibe. But we're just gonna go through all these so I don't have to fucking repeat myself every time. I think that's all of them. I think that's all of the just small little $5 long $5 games. They can be like an hour that have a cool base puzzle idea, but they aren't expanded upon past that. Cryptic, I really enjoy this one. I'd say this is like under Fez. It definitely like you're forced to think like the creator, but I'd say like my brainwave works like the creator a lot of the time, and it's very fun to feel like you're cracking open these codes and like doing these like light ARG like puzzle solving elements, and like it feels like there's something hidden everywhere that's really really fun. And it's weird and it's really enjoyable. I spent like when I was in college, I spent like a night, like I spent like an all-nighter just beating this game, and it was really really entertaining and fun and weird and kind of obscure. I wish more people talked about this game. I really enjoyed my time with it. If you like these sorts of like weird cryptic games that kind of like force you to think outside the box, Cryptic is a wonderful example of that, and it just feels like a interesting portrait of the developer, how the developer like designs puzzles, and like there are a lot of fun ideas throughout. La Mulana, I'd say that's Leapear. I've not actually played La Mulana 2. I don't know why this is on the tier list. I don't know why I put this on here. I guess I felt like I had to put both of them on there, but I haven't played La Mulana 2 yet. But I have played original La Mulana. I'm going to put this in, like, extremely important revolutionary game. If we're talking revolutionary indie games, so many fucking games here just turn into La Mulana halfway through. La Mulana has a similar issue with Hero Spirit in that it's so fucking cryptic and obtuse and kind of bullshit that I have difficulty recommending it to anybody who isn't like a freak. But if you are a freak, you're gonna love La Mulana. It is so... I'm gonna put an S here. Whatever. Low S tier. Because it's just so important. It is possibly the most important puzzle game like of the era. Because like it predates like Braid, I think. And like it's kind of difficult to click with because it's so hard and like obtuse and doesn't explain anything to you, but it's really fun. And because of that, like if you like that sort of game design, you're really gonna have a blast with La Mulana, I'd say. and it's just it forces you to understand the lore of this world in a way that no other game does. And I don't know, it's enjoy. It's a good time. I love La Mulana. Shut up. I guess I don't know where to rank La Mulana 2. I haven't played it. I'm gonna put it at the bottom. Leapear, fine. Some really good mechanical discovery. It's just cute. It's cute. It's short. It's very creative. I'm gonna put it like high B tier. Don't really know what else to say about that one. Just fun little game. Ligo, not Lingo, Ligo. This is iconic for me mostly because it I streamed this to a friend group once just out of because nobody else was streaming anything, and they were like, somebody in that call said like something along the lines of, "You exclusively play games where you push boxes around," uh, and that insult has stayed in my brain. It just scarred in my. I think about that more than I think about the game Ligo. I never finished this game. Some very cool ideas here. The chopping of your little ghost guy in half is very fun. The gravity swap is very fun. But it's mostly just like a traditional Sokoban game that's just like, yep, cute. I'll put it up under. No, I'll put it under her story. I'd say Can of Wormholes and Ligo. Both these are all like creative Sokoban games, but that I didn't really fall in love with. But they have a lot of very fun ideas. Lolith is an S tier, easy. I'd say put it above Hypnospace Outlaw. It's very short. You can beat it in like an hour or so, but it's one of those games where once you realize what it's doing, it stays in your brain forever. And it is it's so cool. It is just a excellent use of this very simple little. It's a very simple concept. But once you realize what it's doing, it's hard not to fall in love with it. Um, and I'd say it's probably like a perfect puzzle game because it's just so short. It has one idea and it does it really, really, really well. So wonderful game, Linelith. Great work. Lingo 2, straight up probably my favorite like witness like of all time. Uh, I have a strong emotional attachment to this game, for a variety of reasons. But even outside of that, it's just so fun and well designed, and it feels like a world that just keeps on growing, and it plays with its mechanics in such creative and weird ways that like I think it's the perfect witness. I think it does the witness better than the witness, because the witness has these. I mean, I'm gonna talk about how much I love the witness because I do love the witness, but the witness is objectively very pretentious and annoying in a very John Blow way. And Lingo 2 is just like, oh, it's that rule discovery thing, but also it's a bit of a Metroidvania, and also it's like, it is a world that you enjoy exploring and feeling like you just are unlocking more and more. Like it is a world that just never ends, and it feels like there are just so many layers to it that like it's like a never-ending puzzle box. It's recursive. It's really wonderful. It's deeply enjoyable. The puzzles are not that bullshit. You aren't like guessing what Brenton is saying half the time. I'm like, we're gonna talk about Lingo 1. I also love Lingo 1. It's still gonna be like A tier, but it's gonna be like low A tier. Honestly, maybe even high B tier. I feel like with Lingo 2 out, I don't like Lingo 1 as much because like I realize what makes that game so bullshit. I realize why people who played Lingo don't like it. Cause like yeah, it's very jank. The platforming is awful. It's hard to keep the non-Euclidean world in your brain. Unlike Lingo 2, which has a lot of like very like interesting landmarks, and the non-Euclidean points are very clearly like notated, so it doesn't feel like you're getting lost all the time. Like Lingo 2 feels like you're like, this is a more unified world, while Lingo is very split apart. It all kind of looks the same, and a lot of the puzzles just kind of feel like you're guessing whatever Brenton is, however Brenton's brain works. Well, Lingo 2 feels a lot less cryptic than that, and I think I don't know, it's just wonderfully constructed. I love both of these very dearly, but Lingo 2 is like a straight up masterpiece. Logic Bombs, it's fun. I'm gonna put it next to Hexcells, probably above Hexcells. I'd say like a lot of the mechanical depth to Logic Bombs, I'd say it's a lot more than like your average like Minesweeper or like Sudoku or whatever, or like Picross. But I think due to it has this like original logic system that I'd say can like be very cryptic at times in like a not very fun way, and like it feels like I don't know how to describe it. Especially in the later game, it just feels like you're always just like missing some random like bullshit thing. And I don't know. Its logic system just isn't as precise as a lot of other games in this subgenre, and I think that kind of just makes it feel a little bit less satisfying. But I think it is still very fun. It's an enjoyable little game. I enjoyed playing it on like my Steam Deck on vacation. It's a good game. Just open up and just think about. Um, yeah, it's a fun little just like logic puzzle. Lock. I'm gonna put this in like low A tier. I think yeah with Chroma Zero because these both Chroma Zero and Lock are both like these Metroidvania-esque games that have like so much hiding beneath the surface and very interesting rabbit holes, but I don't like love them as much as games like say Lingo 2 or Glittermitten Grove. Or I mean even here as Spirit or Animal Well, I like those a lot more. Um, but it's they're so creative that I can't like not put them in A tier. They do so much interesting with their basic mechanics, and they really push them to their boundaries in very fun ways. They're meta and they're meta, but they don't like waste that meta feeling. You know, they really push the boundaries of what they can do with their mechanics. The Looker barely counts. I'm gonna say like it's funny. It's a good bit, but like it's the puzzles aren't really that interesting to me, and a few of them are just downright awful. Especially if you have like just really shaky hands like I do. I'm just gonna put this in like the middle of the C tier. Like it's a funny bit, I'd say. It's very memorable, but it's just like as a puzzle game, it's not too good. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is very good. I'd say like low A tier. I'd say. It's there's a bit of a AAA feeling to it where it feels like it doesn't push the boundaries of its puzzle mechanics as hard as it should. But what it does have is very weird and fun and creative, and it's visually just so stunning and weird that like I very much I enjoyed my time with it. I empathize with what it's doing dearly, and it's a lot of moments from this game have very much stuck around in in my brain for quite a while. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's not one of my favorites, but I get why somebody would really fall in love with it. Magnet Block. This is just a Soko, very tough little Sokoban game. This and Maxwell's Puzzling Demon have a lot in common to me. I didn't get too far in either of these. But a Magnet Block I'd say it's like highish C tier. There's some I don't know. There's some fun ideas here, but it doesn't like it doesn't do enough with the mechanics than I would like it to. It feels kind of one note at times, but maybe I don't know. I didn't get too deep into it, so maybe it does more. It feels it's very difficult, but like not difficult in a way where it's really like pushing the boundaries of what these puzzles can do, but more just like the mechanics are just kind of hard to wrap your brain around. Manifold Garden is like fine. It's kind of similar to Gorogoa. It's all. I mean, there's some other games. This is Manifold Garden is another game that's very much like it's based off of its looks. Like it looks very cool. It's built for GIFs and like short videos shared around on Instagram or whatever. Manifold Garden is probably the best out of all of those, but it's like where did I put? Or I'll put it next to the Art of Reflection. I'd say both of those have a lot in common because they both look cool. They're both like not my favorites in like the first person puzzle subgenre, but like there's some fun ideas here. There's good exploration. Maquette, this is like fucking like honestly my BF tier. I hate this type of puzzle game. It's all ideas and like it looks very pretty, but it's like not actually very interesting. The puzzle solving isn't actually very interesting. There are gonna be a few of those later on. Let's just get those out of the way. Superliminal also here. Where's the other one? There's another one like this. Fucking Viewfinder. Viewfinder is probably the worst out of all these because it has that fucking narration. But all three of these games are just like it's all aesthetics. It's a mechanic that looks really cool when you do it. The pedestrian is also like this, but like all the puzzles are. It's better than these, but like not by much. But the mechanic looks very cool, but it's not fun to play around. It's not fun to play in the space. It doesn't. It's the puzzles are all absurdly easy. You can get them. You can like beat all these games within like a couple hours, and it's just like they all cost like way too fucking much. Another game like this, which I didn't put on the list, I'm realizing, but Hyperbolica, another one of those, just looks cool, kind of just nothing puzzles. Maxwell's Puzzling Demon, there's a lot of fun meta stuff here. I don't say it's like as, I'm gonna put it with these. It's a Sokoban game that I get why people really love. There's a lot of fun ideas here, very creative, but I didn't click with it. It's very hard, and I don't like hard games. Sniffles. My brain too small. Uh, but yeah, I get why people really love this one. Monsters Expedition is really wonderful. Honestly, I might put this in like low S tier. I'd say, yeah, I might put this above La Mulana. It's fuck it, yeah, fuck it, above Hypnospace Outlaw. Why not? Excellent Sokoban game, just so creative. The post game is really wonderful. The way it like links these worlds together is such a blast, and it feels like it also feels like a puzzle box that just keeps growing. This is a wonderful like introduction Sokoban game, as well as a one we'll talk about a little bit later. Um, but its mechanics just feel so well weaved together that like yeah, it's a blast. It's a really fun little puzzle game, box pushing game with interesting mechanics that are pushed to their limits and like remixed in very creative ways. Monument Valley is just like a fucking boring like mobile puzzle game. Not too much to it. My Sweet Floating in the Void is a game that kind of sucks, but in a way that kind of rocks. It's aesthetically really, really cool. I love how weird and cryptic it is, but it is so weird and cryptic that it is basically impossible to play. I don't think I have met a single person who knows what the fuck is going on in this game. And I kind of respect that, but like it also means that it is a not that fun of a game experience. I'm going to put it like in bottom of C tier. I want to be the first person to figure out what's going on in this game because I feel like if this ever clicks with me, I'm going to fall in love with it because aesthetically it fits in with so much of what I love in like a puzzle game because it's like it's an exploration game. It's like weird and cryptic and surreal and avant-garde. It feels very much inspired by B games, and it's fun to like look at and walk around in, but like trying to actually figure out what the fuck it's trying to tell you um, kind of difficult. Mist, Stone Cold Classic, probably like high B tier. Object like objectively so important and influential, but some really really bullshit like 90s puzzle game moments in here. Riven does I'm gonna put Riven in like S tier. Riven does everything Mist does better, and in more interesting ways. But Mist is still fucking stone cold classic, extremely important for so many reasons, and really pushed the boundaries of like what PC games could be at the time. But I'd say it hasn't aged that well, in a few parts. Riven, however, is a masterpiece. It's so good. Uh, End Step Steve. This is another like just creative little Sokoban game, that has some fun little like meta elements to it. Could put in the middle of B tier with all the other ones in that subgenre. Because there are a lot of these. It's just like, oh, cool Sokoban, cool idea. I didn't really fall in love with it. I didn't feel pushed to go like for 100% for these. But like it's a cute little it's a cute concept. Abduction kind of fucking like awful. It's trying to do the Mist thing, but it's not as satisfying as Mist to me, and there are a lot of puzzles that are just kind of miserable to play through. Yeah, it just feels like Mist but worse. Which is funny because like if the whole thing with Mist is like its bad moments are clearly because like it's a 90s game that doesn't get why it doesn't click with modern puzzle design, but Abduction it has that even worse. I don't even know how. Kind of weirdly awful. Octogram is like fine. I only put this in here because fucking this guy said that this was like if Lingo was goated. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Middling game. It's just like if it's just a freeware word puzzle game, you can beat it in like an hour. It's fun. There's some cool ideas here, but like again, like yeah, like it's Lingo 2 so much better in like every way. Like the whole fun of Lingo 2 is like the exploration and the weird, like the feeling of this, the like Metroidvania aspect is so fun. Like that's what makes Lingo 2 really click for me. And Octogram is just like, it's just words. And like it's fun to solve like what the symbols mean, but like I don't it doesn't really, you know, it's just it's kind of nothing. It's a nothing burger game to me. It's cute. I'd say yeah, actually like high B tier. I'd say like cute, but like not too much going on there. God, there. How long have we been recording this? It's been like an hour. Jesus Christ, this is only sliding. I didn't get too deep into this, but like it is. I like the idea of pushing a sliding block puzzle to its natural limits. Um, but also like that's not my favorite type of puzzle, and it has so many like sliding block puzzles. I feel like have so many different states that it feels like you're just kind of running around in circles for a lot of the time until you finally like figure out what the fuck is going on. So it felt a lot more unsatisfying than some of the other like, oh, we're pushing a classic type of puzzle to their limits, which we'll get to with Tibetsi. But there's some cool ideas here. I respect it. I'm gonna put it above 14 Minesweeper Variants because that's also like it's pushing Minesweeper to its limits, but not in like necessarily the most fun way. So I'd say these two will have a lot in common. But yeah, there's some cool ideas in only sliding. I like the like exploration element, but it's fine. It's just fine. Ooh, where's Elechead? Same guy, I think. Basically same sort of game. It's just a fun little puzzle platformer with some cool rule deduction, like rule discovery elements. I will say it kind of gets repetitive. At least the main game does. The post game in Ooh is really wonderful. It's kind of impossible to find, but it is wonderful. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. It does get kind of repetitive near the end, but it's cute. It's charming. There's some very very fun mechanics. That's really all there is. Opus Magnum. Again, I'm not a Zachronix guy. I get why people love him. This is probably his best work. I'm gonna put this in like high B tier. There's some very like perfecting your contraptions is very fun, and it's the most it's the most I've clicked with any of his games. I'd say the mechanics feel the most appeal the most to me. But again, like I don't like this style of puzzle game very much. I don't like the programming isn't very programming isn't very fun to me. Outer Wilds. I'm gonna make some people mad. I'm not gonna put it at the top of S tier. I'm gonna put it at like the top of A tier. I'd say I get why people love this so much, especially if it's their first time dealing with a puzzle game with this sort of like open world like mystery structure, and like solving it in a way that like makes you like I don't know how to describe it. Like it, I get why people might like this, might love this as much as they do if they've never played a game without like, that's like, oh, it's like an open world mystery game. But like there's so many of those now, and I think I played Outer Wilds too late to really be wowed by it. I only played it like in the last year or so, and I feel like the so many puzzles are just like wait for this exact moment, and then there we go, you solved the puzzle, and it just kind of became really repetitive for me. There's a lot of also very very creative mechanics in here, but so much so much of it just deals with like the same sort of like time mechanic, just like wait here until something changes and then boom, problem solved. Or just like do this before this moment in time. And it's just kind of, I don't know. There's some very, very creative moments in there. I loved figuring out like the quantum mechanics or like the scary the scary bramble area. Like yeah, I get why people love the Outer Wilds. I think I played too many games influenced by it before I played it. And it's just like, I don't know. I'd say like puzzle wise, it didn't really click with me as hard as it did some other people. But I still really, really enjoy it. I think it's very beautiful. I think there's a lot of very fun ideas here. And like there are a lot of great aha moments. But like I think it was crafted very well. But conceptually it just didn't fully click with me. Pecorette down the Bun Burrows. I'll give this like a low A tier. I really loved this game when it came out. But actually no, I'll give it like a high B tier because it's still not fucking finished somehow. But there are so many creative ideas here. Like I'd say the meta mechanics are done better here than a lot of these other like mildly meta Sokoban games. And done in a way that I think really satisfied me and felt like it felt like I was breaking open the game at its seams, which was really, really fun. And learning the bunny mechanics was very satisfying to have it all like click into place. It's very cute, it's very charming, but like it's crazy that it's not finished, A, and B, like a lot of what I think makes this game so wonderful you can very easily just ignore. Like the baby bunny hunt was by far like my favorite part of this game because it felt like, again, like I was just breaking open this game at its seams and really like pushing it to its limits, and like that is so much of what I love in like a good puzzle game, just feeling like I'm just breaking it apart at its seams. That's also why I like Crypt a lot. I'd say it's kind of hit or miss with a lot of the base game puzzles. Yeah, kind of just like. Sometimes they work really well, and sometimes they're just kind of annoying, especially with the bunny mechanics, which are like fun to figure out, but like it does kind of similar to only sliding. It kind of leads to you just running around in circles a lot of the time. Patrick's Parabox is kind of a perfectly designed puzzle game. I'm gonna put this like right under Ctrl Alt Ego, I'd say. This is like the perfect Sokoban game to me, I'd say. It's like I'd say it's easier than a lot of other Sokobans, but it kind of has to be because its mechanics are so fucking deranged. And the way it like reveals new mechanics to you, it very much just it has the perfect difficulty curve, I feel. It feels like even if you aren't like an Omega, like similar to a Monsters Expedition, even if you aren't like an Omega Sokoban nerd, you can really fall in love with this. And it does so much creative ideas with the Sokoban formula that it really sticks around in your head like years after the fact. Like I'm still thinking about some of the puzzles in this game, even though I haven't fucking played it in years. I don't know, it's just designed really, really well in a way that feels very satisfying, and it always feels like you're making progress. I get why some people might say, like in comparison to a lot of the other Sokoban games on here, it is a lot easier. But I don't know. I think that's why I like it. I think that it kind of had to be. If it was any harder, it would be kind of miserable with how like complex the boxes within boxes mechanics are. Pipe Bush Paradise, fine. I kind of forgettable. It's like C tier. I have like nothing to say about this. It's just like just a Sokoban game with pipes. Please don't touch anything very creative and fun. I'm gonna put this in like low A tier. There's some kind of bullshit endings and some very, very fun and unique and creative endings. I don't know. It's a game that I played when I was really young, and it stuck in my head for a while because it just felt like the way its mechanics are spread out to you is really unique and interesting and weird, and just feels like there's always another secret hiding behind like another panel, and like that's something I love in a lot of these games. Like there always just feels like there's something more to it, like secrets within secrets within secrets. And Please Don't Touch Anything is kind of like the first game I really played that had that feeling to me. And it is very easy and simple and kind of like like the fact that Markiplier can understand what's going on in it like kind of shows that like it's very much just it's a cute little adventure game with some very fun puzzles. But it doesn't push the boundaries very much. But still, yeah, very creative and fun and very important to me because like it's one of the first games in that subgenre that I'd really fallen in love with. Poke All Toads. This game just came out and I haven't dived too deep into it. I'm gonna give this like it's like a high C tier. I think it's very charming, but it focuses too much on reaction time for it to really be a like satisfying puzzle game to me. Like I feel like it's very easy to just fuck up just because you like miss the timing on something or like you missed your jump. And like that's not a fun puzzle game. I'm sorry. I just want to push boxes around. I just want to poke toads. I don't want to like the having to nail the logic and the timing. Like that's not why I play a puzzle game. Pony Island. I guess this is a puzzle game. I don't know. Like very creative, but the puzzles aren't really that crazy. I'm actually gonna put this next to Please Don't Touch Anything. I'm gonna push both of those lower. I don't think they are A tier. Um, but because these are both games I played when I was very young, and they like they were the first like weird meta creative pushing the boundaries puzzle games I ever played. Um, and they're both charming and cute and fun and have a lot of creative ideas, but like they don't push the boundaries enough to really feel very difficult. There's not too much to chew on with either of these, so I'm just gonna put them together. Portal 2, fucking masterpiece. Like easily one of the greatest puzzle games ever made. I it's just pure fucking design genius. It is a blast. Uh, Portal is like also incredibly designed. I'm gonna put it like high A tier. Both of these are just so like straight up. We would not have a lot of the like, modern thinky games if it wasn't for Portal and Portal 2 like being in the minds of so many young game developers who had mainly like only played like first person shooters, games like Half-Life or TF2, and like learning this helps so many people discover like what a puzzle game could actually be. Like a game that actually makes you think and isn't just like actually like makes you have to like think strategically and like about the world that you were exploring and like think in like spatial reasoning, like actually pushing spatial reasoning skills. Very important games, very fun games. The story in Portal 2 is like so fucking iconic. Everything about Portal 2 is iconic, I would say. It's it is a perfect little game. I would both of these are honestly perfect games. Portal is a little bit weaker, I'd say. It's just so short. But Portal 2 is like the fact that like it just adds it's the greatest the thing you want all sequels to be. It's just the original but better and more. Same with Lingo 2, just the original but better and more. So Princess Castle Quest. This is a weird one. I haven't played too much of those. I'm just gonna put this with all the other. I'm gonna put it actually a little bit lower, but it's a quirky little Sokoban game. I haven't played too much of it, but what I did play was fun and charming. It's just more box pushing. Yay! There's some weird open world collectathon elements that I do enjoy, and there's probably a lot more to it because there's a lot of weird hidden secrets in this game, but I haven't dived too deep into it. Professor Layton, kind of iconic, but like I don't love it. I'm gonna put it like low B tier, I'd say. I get why people love Professor Layton as much as they do, but like I don't know. It's not a type of puzzle design for me, I'd say. I much prefer like just these pushing one mechanic as far as you possibly can than a bunch of tiny little puzzles to solve, like mini mysteries. There's some cool ideas in Professor Layton. The characters are very cool and cute and charming, and the story is fun. But like, I prefer a very specific type of puzzle design that like actually like you have a set series of mechanics and you explore those mechanics in as many ways as possible. And Professor Layton is not that objectively. It is a different type of game. Promised. This game I think is inspiring John Blow's next game. I think that's why I played it. And it's fun. I prefer the sequel. I couldn't get the poster for the sequel, so I'm just ranking both of them together, I guess. And I'd say it's fun. Like I'd say like high B tier. I'd say yeah, with Leapear. There's some very creative, like the puzzles are very interwoven in creative and interesting ways. Promised One, there is a mechanic that you get like halfway through the game that kind of breaks it apart in a way that is fun, but also makes every puzzle like extremely easy. And Promise 2 changes that mechanic to make it way more fair and balanced. And you still feel like you're breaking the game apart and like everything is intertwined in interesting ways. but it's like it's way harder. And it feels, I don't know. I don't even know what I was trying to say. I'm sorry. This is an unscripted video. Whoops. Promise is good. Very cool mechanics. I like the laser beams a lot. And I'm interested to see what Mr. Jonathan Blowhard does with it. Proverbs. This is just a really big fucking Minesweeper map. It's fine. It's like high C tier. It does really nothing special. It's just very large. It's just large Minesweeper. Who cares? Puyo Puyo Tetris. I'm gonna be real here. I don't think Tetris is a puzzle game, and I'm saying this as someone who fucking loves Tetris. I've been playing TGM a lot lately, and I've been doing pretty okay with it. But also, Tetris is not a puzzle game. Tetris is not a puzzle game. It is just putting blocks in place. Puyo Puyo is a puzzle game. I'm just awful at it. Like that. Puyo Puyo needs some lateral thinking. Like you need to like plan shit in advance. That's what a puzzle game is. But I generally don't think like. Versus puzzle games are a completely different style of puzzle game to like most of these other games, and I'm not fully into them. And I think no matter what, Puyo Puyo Tetris is a very weak way to play both Puyo Puyo and Tetris. I only chose it because it was both of them. But if you want to play Tetris, the best way to do it is like TGM clones, and Puyo Puyo is like the old SNES ones are probably the best you can get. So I'm gonna put it like D tier, I'd say. Mostly just because it is like fucking Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is like a middling way to play those games. But like I'd say Puyo Puyo is like a very, if you like Puyo Puyo is a game that I suck at, but like if you're awesome at it, you feel like a fucking genius god. And it is definitely a game that pushes the way you think about, like, it requires a lot of strategy, which Tetris does not. Tetris is you just make lines, kind of bullshit. Cube, did this precede Portal or was it after Portal? I started it years ago and it was very boring. I'm just gonna put it like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a nothing burger game. I never finished it, so maybe there's some cool shit going on, and I also haven't played it in years. But like I remember just being like, oh, this is just Portal but worse. Recursed. Very tough cookie of a game. I don't think I ever finished it because it hurt my brain to think about. There's some really, really cool ideas in Recursed, most of which are kind of done better and in more accessible and interesting ways in Patrick's Parabox. But I'd say like high B tier because like there's some really cool shit here. It's just like, I don't know, it hurt my brain in a way that wasn't very fun for me, but very important. This was a very early puzzle game. I think this was like 2012, 2013. So like it was really pushing the boundaries of what a indie puzzle game could be. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fine little game. It's cute. Cool ideas. Return to the Obra Dinn. This is like probably the only mystery game I've really loved. Like detective game that I really loved. We have Golden Idol right after this, and Fruit Tree is very in a little bit after. And I don't like those as much as I do Obra Dinn. Obra Dinn has a very cool aesthetic. Its puzzles are just on the edge of like tough, but like not bullshit. I don't know. I like the Obra Dinn a lot. I feel like there's not much I can say that a million other people haven't said, but it's just very creative and fun and kind of it basically started a whole new genre of puzzle game. Because people just loved this style of deduction so much. And it is kind of the peak of that subgenre to me. I don't really know why I love this, and I don't really love a lot of the other games in this subgenre. I don't know, I think it's just the 3D element. It feels a lot more like I'm much more invested in what's going on because of like the lore and like what it's trying to do, like artistically. I'm much more invested in it, which I'm not for either like Root Trees or a Golden Idol. I get why people love those as much as they do, but like yeah, let's put those in like Golden Idol. I'd say like both of them I'd like high C tier. But yeah, both of those are just kind of fine. Same with Root Trees. They're fine little detective games. If you like this style of deduction, you'll probably have fun with them. But I wasn't very invested in their stories as much as I was Obra Dinn, so I didn't really care about what I was solving. And definitely, so like, I don't know, they just kind of bored me, honestly. Room to Grow. I don't even. This is gonna go with Bonfire Peaks, and this is a game that I've definitely played. It's on my Steam library with like a couple hours in it, but I straight up do not remember what the fuck you do in it. The Room. It's fine. It's just a little similar to like Professor Layton. It's just an escape room. I put like high C. It's like an escape room with a lot of different puzzle types, and like I don't like that. I want one specific type of puzzle. That's just like expanded upon in weird, interesting ways. I don't want just like solving 50 variations of puzzles. Girl Not Unlimited. Replaying this, you really realize just how easy it is. Just it's a game for children. I guess I can't be too mad at how easy it is, but like you can just solve everything with a gun. Um. And it stops being fun. It's fine. It's cute. It's charming. I loved it when I was a kid. I'll say that much. The open-ended nature is very creative, and it's fun to just like put whatever weird shit you want, especially with the Steam Workshop, which allows you to like write in like Charlie Kirk or whatever, and then he immediately dies, which is very funny. But I don't know. It's just Sensorium. This is cute. Cute little Witness like. I'll put it like low A. Nah, high B. Yeah. Not many of its puzzles really stick in my brain outside of the weird, like, fucking the noises one is kind of odd. Oh, another The Witness, basically, but it does it worse. If you like The Witness, play Sensorium, and you'll probably enjoy it. But you won't enjoy it as much as The Witness. Slider, it's crazy that this game is free. It's not, like, incredible. It's like a probably a low B tier. But it's very charming. A lot of fun ideas with sliding the world around. It has a lot of content for something that again is like just a free to play little puzzle indie game. But it's kind of just it kind of gets repetitive after a while. But there are some fun, like it bends the rules in some fun, interesting mechanical ways. And it's just a fun little way to waste a couple hours, basically. Snakebird, fucking masterpiece, wonderful game. This is another game that just pushes its one mechanic in so many interesting and unique and brain melting ways, and I think it is like a straight up like just perfect puzzle game, because it is just so simple, but it is both simple and also extremely complex. It pushes the limits of what this mechanic can do. I don't know. I'd say it's perfect. It is a perfect little puzzle game. That's very easily replayable and like shockingly difficult for how cute and colorful it is. Yeah, wonderful little brain teaser there. Succobond, where did I put? This is fine. It's like high C tier. I'd say like in comparison to something like a good Snowman, not a very good. It's more creative than Cosmic Express mechanically, I will say. It made me think about like how it worked a lot more. But it doesn't have a very good post game like a good Snowman does, and it's not like just straight up like a full on. Comparing any of these to a Monsters Expedition, it is fucking unfair because that game is just a straight up masterpiece. It has everything good in all of these games combined, and also like a much more interesting and interesting mechanic that's done in more interesting ways. But yeah, Succobond, just fine little Succobond game. Some cool ideas, but nothing really all that interesting. A Solitaire Mystery, very charming. I'd put this in like low A tier. This is by the Baba Is You dev. And I will say, if you like solitaire games, give it a try. These games really push the boundaries of what solitaire can be, and I'd say everyone is creative and unique in its own interesting way that makes it very fun to explore mechanically. Some of them are very, very tough, and some of them are annoyingly easy, but I think every single one is like worth like playing. I don't know, it's shocking how consistent all of these like little card puzzles are. And it's endlessly replayable because they're all like solitaire games, so it's just like if you find one that you really love, which you will because there's like so many of them, and most of them are fucking great. I will say like nearly all of them are like fucking I'm pushing this one up higher. This might be better than Baba, honestly, because every single one is just so fucking good and like worth your time and like replayable. It's just a very charming little card puzzle game. I think about a few of the mechanics in here a lot. It's not like actively like meta or weird like Baba is you is, but like as a design, like as a piece of game design, it is really incredible just how much it gets out of such a simple concept. It pushes solitaire to its limits, and I love games like that. So yeah, wonderful game. Space Chem. I like this less than Opus Magnum. Um, yeah, it's like like middle of C tier again. I don't like the Zachtronic style of puzzle design. It's not my thing. And I don't click with Space Chem's mechanics as much as I do Opus Magnum, so it's just like it's whatever. If you like Zachtronics, you'll probably love it. Squishcraft, utterly deranged game. I love it. It's like a high like middle low A tier I'd say. Yeah, better than Chroma Zero. It's so weird, so charming, so utterly demented and difficult. It kind of hates you as the player, and I love it for that. I will say there is another game on this list that I think does all of those things a lot better and in more creative and interesting ways than Swishcraft does. I will say a lot of the mechanics in Swishcraft, I like they're fun, but like I don't like pushing them to their boundaries as much as I do that other game, which we'll talk about later. Like the laser stuff feels kind of jank, but it's purposefully jank. Like it looks like that. Come on, how could it not? I don't know. I get why somebody would fucking hate it, but like I deeply respect its design philosophy in a lot of ways, and it speaks to me on a spiritual level. Starseed's Pilgrim. This is an easy S tier for me. This is like yeah, I'd say up there with, well, yeah, probably yeah, around where Lolith is. This is another extremely important and revolutionary game. That like basically pioneered the rule discovery format, and nobody really talks about it, which is crazy to me. But like in its subgenre, it's one of my personal favorites and one that I think about a lot. The experience of playing this for the first time and like clicking with what you have to do and like what you're doing is like changed like how I thought about game design, because I played it like around when it came out, because like a bunch of I was like a little kid, and like a bunch of like gaming YouTubers I watched was like, you gotta play Starseed Pilgrim, and I did, and I didn't get it, and then I did get it, and I felt like a genius. I felt like I was going insane, and it's kind of crazy that it's basically been entirely forgotten about, because it is so many games on this list. Like Lolith is like basically like Lolith and Starseed Pilgrim have a lot in common, because they're just these small little quirky games that have one mechanic that you is pushed to its limits, and when you figure it out you feel like a god. And it's like the secret behind it is like so simple but so cryptic that like it's like how it's all hidden under your nose in such a wonderfully designed way. And it makes me feel insane that nobody talks about Starseed Pilgrim anymore, because if it wasn't for this game, like this was like I think 2012, yeah, 2013, like this was so fucking early in the history of indie puzzle games, like really special, like a genuine work of art in the scene. Great game. Steven Sausage Roll, another fucking masterpiece. I'll put it a bit lower because there's a few puzzles in here that are just kind of fucking miserable. You know the ones if you played this game. But again, like just so mechanically interesting. Fun and weird and quirky. This and Monsters Expedition are honestly very similar in how they have this very simple mechanic, but they push it into such interesting design spots. And it's a great little block push. I think so many people have shielded Steven Sausage Roll. I think it is one of the most critically acclaimed like puzzle games of all time, for good reason. It's just a perfect little Succubon game. It's weird and creative, and I think about a lot of things that it does a lot. And again, very revolutionary for its time. So many games are trying to do Steven Sausage Roll on this list. And I don't know, it's a great game. Great game. Strange Jigsaws. This is the sequel to 20 Small Mazes, which I don't know where the fuck I put that. I put it in like the middle of B tier. I'd say like, let's say like I'm gonna honestly push 20 Small Mazes down. But like Strange Jigsaws, similar thing, a lot better, more consistent, larger scale, a lot more. I feel like more creative boundary pushing ideas. I'm actually gonna put this in like low A. Nah, it's really easy and short though, but it is like very creative and fun. So, Super Puzzle Cat. I didn't really go too deep into this one, but I love it. I love just its aesthetic and design and how it like it has so many weird ideas. And like the fact that it's this cute fucking anime cat girl with spiral glasses that you can equip. It is everything that I want in a video game, which is a cute little cat girl solving deranged puzzles. I don't really like its focus on physics very much. I think it kind of adds an element of RNG that I don't find very fun. But I'm willing to excuse all of that because of the fact that you can put spiral glasses on the kitty, and there's a meow button, so it rocks. Superland, fine, like high C tier. Some very creative ideas. It's a fun exploration game, fun Metroidvania game, but the puzzles aren't all that interesting. Superworld is downright awful, mostly because of the fact that it's fucking Unreal Engine 5, so it's optimized to shit, and its puzzles are even worse designed than Superland. So, like, awful, miserable experience. Tactical Nexus is my Deadly Rooms of Death or Drod XP here. That's just my example of those types of games. There are many of those. Tactical Nexus is the one that I've played the most of, and it is also by far the most deranged and weird and difficult one that I've played. Playing Tactical Nexus makes you feel like you are going fucking insane. It is the UX is genuinely dizzying. I love it. It's great. It is a game that I think about I think about constantly. I have like 100 hours in this game, and I've barely like scratched a dent in the free like few levels because I'm awful at it. Um, so like I'm sure if I like really clicked with, I mean, I guess I've played for like hundreds of hours. I have clicked with it. But I'm sure like if I fucking figured out like what I'm doing wrong and how to actually play this game well, uh, I would be in the Tactical Nexus mines for all eternity. I love it. It's great. I will say it's so tough that I can't put it in S tier. It's so weird, but it's so weird that I can't put it any lower than like a high A, because it is just it aesthetically speaks to what I love in a video game so much. Taiji, fine little witness, like some very bullshit puzzles in the middle, like bottom of A, I'd say. Cool ideas, fun puzzles, some bullshit puzzles. It's just the witness, but slightly worse, basically. Talos Principle 2, fucking D tier. I wish it was great. I really love the original Talos Principle, and yeah, I'll just put that on like I'd say like fucking. Also, I'll put it in low S tier. I love the Talos Principle. I love its story. I love its like interesting like meditations on philosophy. I love its the creative ways it pushes its few mechanics. The end game, like trying to 100% it is very very fun, and there are a lot of like, what the fuck. There are a lot of like end game puzzles and secrets. What the fuck is what is happening? There's a lot of like end game puzzles and secrets that are really creative, and you really have to think outside the box in very fun ways for. And basically none of that exists in the Talos Principle 2. It is also similar to Superworld and Islands of Insight, very poorly optimized and runs like shit even on good PCs. But I'm putting it higher because I mean I like the Talos Principle mechanics at its core. It's just bloated and not as good, and the story is worse and it's less interesting. Temetsi is a fucking masterpiece. This is the peak of Minesweeper's genre. Straight up, I want Temetsi 2 so bad, and I know it's never gonna happen, and that makes me really sad. Because Temetsi is such a good fucking game. I think about this game daily. I love it. I love it so much. I have hundreds of hours in it. I've replayed it constantly. If it it boggles the mind to think that like the basic concepts of Minesweeper can be pushed this far into a game that is just so, it is like the perfect logic game to me. Um, Nothing else beats it. Like none of the other Minesweeper games on this list beat it. Like Logic Bombs nowhere close. Only Sliding, which does this to sliding puzzles instead of Minesweeper. Like Tibetsi excels at nearly every level. It strikes this perfect balance of being extremely difficult and tough, but also like a very like fair and clear about what you have to do, and like you never have to guess once, and you forcing yourself to not guess is such a fun challenge, and it makes you better at Minesweeper, but in logic by playing it in a really entertaining and way. It's the dominatrix of Minesweeper games. It's wonderful. um, I love that the only punishment if you guess is like it's the level number isn't blue, and you can keep playing if you want to. You can beat every level with guessing, and you still get every achievement you've beaten the game or whatever. But like you feel so awful, you don't want you want the number to be blue so badly. Like that's such a creative little design choice. Like the fact that it really doesn't punish you at all, but like it the fact that like it's this mark like, oh, you fucked up on this one is great. I don't know. I love Temetsi so much. I've played it like hundreds upon hundreds of hours. Um and even though like I basically know every puzzle solution is the heart, I'm still probably going to replay it again in a few months, and have a blast with it because it is a perfect Minesweeper game. I need more games. I really just want Temetsi too. I just want two Metsi, and I know that I literally emailed the developer, "Are you ever going to make it Temetsi too?" And he's like, "No, but you can make your own." And I wish I could make a Minesweeper game as good as you, dog. I wish. Straight up, make somebody make the spiritual successor to Temetsi that we all deserve. If you're also a Minesweeper freak, please, I need this. Um, Theta and Paradox and Worldlines, I have basically only started on this game, but already there is so many fun, creative ideas here that I'm gonna put in like low A. It's a very cute game, very lot of interesting boundary pushing design elements. Um, but I guess I'll have to put in like high B because like I haven't finished it. It could suddenly become really awful. Because I'm not too far into it, but like the amount of like weird aha moments and like holy shit that you could do that. Why are they letting you do that? Is wonderful. I love it. Torobon, similar to Theory and Paradox and World Lines, but I have finished it, so I'm gonna put it like in like middle of A. Wonder probably the best like quirky meta Sokoban to me. I'd say its mechanics are all really fun and unique and pushed to their logical limit, and I enjoy playing around with all of them, and the gimmick of it being endlessly looping is really fun. But and I don't know, it's a very enjoyable game. It feels like you just are continually discovering new mechanics, and new like ways to break the game, and it's a great little it's a Sokoban that really pushes the boundaries of what a Sokoban could be. And I'd say if you like enjoy games here like Maxwell's Puzzling Demon or Can of Wormholes, like or Patrick's Parabox, you got to check out Torobon. I'd say it's a wonderful little game. I There's some bullshit mechanics. I don't really like the thing that pushes the world around. But there's some. Most of it is really wonderful and fun. Tunic, fucking masterpiece. One of the greatest games ever made. Possibly has the best puzzle of all time, which is the like end game, big yellow door. Is it a yellow door? I think it's a yellow door. You can don't quote me on that, but like that is possibly the greatest puzzle in all of gaming, in my opinion. It blends everything in so perfectly. It is both a very fun Zelda like and a wonderful puzzle game and a wonderful like rule discovery game. It feels like you are like discovering the way this world works through the manual is so fun. It's so good. It's so good. The fox is cute. I feel like so many people have talked about how wonderful Tunic is that I don't need to go too in depth into it, but it's a masterpiece. It's a fucking masterpiece. UFO 50. This game is only like partially puzzle games, but the puzzle games that are on here are really really good. So it's like just buy the game. Even if you don't like the puzzle games, there's probably a lot of great games that you love. But like the first game alone, Barbuda is a really incredible little. If you like La Mulana, it's like just a tiny little La Mulana game basically. And it's discovery, mechanical discovery is very fun, and the cryptic puzzles are very weird and entertaining to solve. And that's one of many games, including multiple wonderful puzzle solving games. I'm gonna have to put it like high A. I can't put it in S tier because it's like not entirely a puzzle game, but like it's well worth your dollar. It's great. UFO 50 is great. It's a very special game. Ultra Nothing, fucking incredible game. This is probably the deepest cut on here. This game only has like a few, maybe actually no, Hero Spirit might be a deeper cut, but there's only like a few reviews for this on Steam. But it is a very special game. I get why people who play this game and started off hate it because the control scheme sucks. You need a controller to play it reasonably. And a lot of its mechanics are very cryptic and difficult to understand, but and also it's a Sokoban game without an undo. But aesthetically, it is so cool. There's so much that it is going for here. It reminds me a lot of Squishcraft design-wise, in that it just keeps pushing like what a Sokoban could be, what these mechanics could do, but it does it in even more absurd and strange ways, and by the end it basically becomes a completely different game than what it started, and I love it dearly. It's so aesthetically cool and interesting and unique, and so Ultra Nothing's great. Ultra Nothing is so good. Um, I love it dearly. It speaks to so much of what I love in a video game. It is great to explore. It's great to just discover what insane things the game designer thinks is a good idea. And I would highly recommend it if you love weird, quirky puzzle games. Understand, fine, like low C tier. It's a rule discovery game, kind of like The Witness, but there's some very bullshit mechanics. Void Stranger. Void Stranger, I took a while to click with Void Stranger, and I don't think I still fully love it. It's like an A tier probably. But like I don't like love its story as much as some other people, but like its mechanical depth is utterly absurd and impressive, and it goes to so many weird places. And it is just filled with so many like creative, boundary pushing and strange ideas that I can't help but really love it, even if I don't fully click with all of it. The Witness, I've talked about before, fucking masterpiece. This game probably changed puzzle game design forever. Like, again, so many games on here like are doing The Witness mechanical discovery, and like it's exploring the world. It's beautiful. The puzzle mechanics are so unique and fun, and the things that you can discover, it's some of the best like aha moments in like all of gaming, I think. I get why some people aren't huge on it. I kind of love how pretentious it. Unlike Braid, I love how pretentious this game is because it forces you to watch like 10-minute long Tarkovsky clips. I can't help but respect that. That's such a funny bit. The John Blow purposefully wasting your time kind of fucking rocks. I don't know. I love The Witness dearly. I've played it many times. I like the randomizer is really fun. Um, I don't know. Creative, weird, interesting. Again, Lingo 2 means more to me, like, emotionally. Like, I have a very close relationship with this game. The Win is probably objectively better. Most of these games probably objectively better. Yeah, just a great, like, rule discovery game, and kind of push the boundaries of what a puzzle game could be. Oh my god, we're on the last one. It's World of Goo. Great game. Like, high A tier, a wonderful physics game. Super creative aesthetically, a lot of funny moments, very strange and charming. Like it very much feels like it was designed from the weird indie scene. The music is so fucking good, dude. Oh my god. And it just keeps. It does a lot of just fun things with the concept that I think about a lot. And it's funny, and silly, and like mechanically, shockingly full of mechanical depth. Like the variation of goo balls like has a lot of like, it's very eclectic. Like makes the puzzles feel more dense and eclectic to solve. Yeah, great game. All right, there you go. I think that's all of them. That is the very large puzzle game tier list complete. In response to this guy, I think I ranked like 20 more puzzle games, which is why this video is probably gonna be like 2 hours long or whatever. But I hope you enjoyed my unscripted ramblings on weird logic puzzles. I hope you liked hearing me say the exact same thing like 100 times in a row. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye.